All right, welcome back to AI Verdict. Today, we're doing something pretty ambitious. We're tackling Google's massive 6-hour prompt engineering course. But don't worry, we've boiled it all down into a super concise guide. We're going to cover every single essential tactic so you can master the whole system without, sitting through all 6 hours. So, let's kick things off with a problem that I know you've run into. I mean, we've all been there, right? You ask an AI for something, you think you're being clear, and what do you get back? This generic, totally unhelpful wall of text. It's so frustrating. But here's the good news. With the right system, it's actually completely fixable. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We have packed every single essential tactic from Google's entire training into this one short explainer. Seriously, this is everything you need to know to start getting those pro-level results you've been looking for. Okay, let's dive right in. Here's the complete blueprint for how Google thinks about prompt engineering. First, we're going to cover the 5 core principles. Then we'll talk about the dangers and how to safeguard against them. After that, it's on to the advanced techniques, building specialized AI agents. And we'll finish up with what I'm calling the ultimate cheat code. This whole roadmap is designed to take you from just a casual user to a really structured, effective prompter. So let's start at the beginning with the absolute foundation of everything. The entire Google course is built around these 5 simple, but really, really powerful core principles. And here they are: task, context, references, evaluate, and iterate. Now, the key thing to get here is that these 5 pillars form a loop. This isn't a one-shot deal. It's a system you can repeat over and over to craft amazing prompts every single time. Everything kicks off with the task. And look, a task isn't just a general idea like, help me with email. No, it's the exact output you need. The difference between a vague request and a super specific one, like you see here, it's night and day. And Google gives us 2 amazing ways to make your task even stronger. First, give the AI a persona. Tell it to act as a physical therapist. What does that do? Well, it primes the AI to use specific vocabulary, to think about safety and anatomy, not just spit out a generic list of exercises. And second, and this is huge, define a format. Ask for a markdown table. Ask for a bulleted list. This forces the AI to structure its thoughts and gives you something you can actually use, not just a messy block of text. Okay, next up, you layer in the context. This is all the background info that helps steer the model. So instead of asking for landing page copy, you explain, my product is for freelancers who are totally frustrated with complex software. See the difference? Then you add references. Now, if context is about the situation, references are all about the style. You can literally paste in your best performing social media posts and tell the AI, match this voice. It's so powerful. And finally, and this is where a lot of people drop the ball, you have to evaluate the output and then iterate. You have to keep refining. If a prompt just isn't working, Google has these 4 fixes. My personal favorite is adding constraints. For example, if you tell the AI a video script has to be under 90 seconds, it forces it to be way sharper and more creative with its ideas. It's a great little trick. Okay, so now you've got this awesome framework, and it's super tempting to just jump straight to the advanced cool stuff, right? But hold on. Google is crystal clear about this next part. To use these tools the right way, you absolutely have to understand the dangers that are baked right in. The first big danger is something Google calls hallucinating. And honestly, the best way to think about it is that the AI can act like a really, really confident liar. It'll state things that are completely false, but with total authority. I mean, it can literally invent facts that sound totally plausible, but they're just made up. It can even fail at super simple logic. It might tell you there are 4 E's in the word intelligence, and you're sitting there thinking, wait, no, there aren't. It's that basic sometimes. The second danger, and this is just as serious, is bias. Think about it. Where do these models learn from? The internet. The whole thing. So they inevitably soak up all of our existing human prejudices about gender, race, culture, you name it. And that stuff can, and does, show up in its answers. So what's the solution? This is the crucial takeaway from Google. It's what they call the human in the loop. That's you. You are the safety net. You're the one who has to verify every claim, to question every single assumption the AI makes. The mantra here is never trust, always verify. All right, let's move on. Now that we understand the foundations and the safeguards, let's see how this all builds into some truly advanced techniques. This is where you can start to unlock really complex, multi-step work that goes way beyond just asking simple questions. First up is something called prompt chaining. Basically, this is how you take a massive project and break it down into small, manageable steps.
It's like an assembly line. The output from one prompt becomes the input for the very next one, guiding the AI step by step, layer by layer, until you go from a tiny idea to a complete detailed plan.
Okay, now for any task that needs real logic, say comparing different pricing models, you're going to want to use chain of thought prompting. It's simple. You just ask the AI to explain its reasoning step by step. It's like telling it to show its work in a math problem. This way, you can see its logic and immediately spot any flawed assumptions and get it back on the right track. And then there's Tree of Thought. This one is perfect for those really complex, creative problems where there isn't just one right answer. It lets you explore multiple branches of an idea all at the same time. You could ask it to generate, say, 3 totally different onboarding flows for an app. One focused on speed, one on education, one on personalization. Then you can just sit back and compare them all. Okay, now we've arrived at what I personally think is the absolute highlight of the entire Google course. And that's creating these specialized personas that they call AI agents. Google showcases 2 incredibly powerful types of these agents. First, you have the simulation agent. Think of it as a practice partner. It can act as a hiring manager and give you a mock interview. Then there's the expert feedback agent, which is like having a personal consultant on call. It can act as a sales expert and critique your cold emails. This isn't just a party trick, you know? It's a way to create personalized training and get instant feedback whenever you need it.
And what's so cool is that Google gives us a super simple 4-part blueprint to build them. You just assign a persona, give it the right context, define exactly how you'll interact, and then set a stop phrase to end the session. That's it. With that simple structure, you can build these incredibly powerful agents for pretty much any task you can dream up.
All right, this brings us to our final technique, and I gotta say, it might be my favorite. Think of this as the ultimate cheat code for whenever you're just stuck, when you're just not getting the results you want. It's called meta prompting, and the idea is brilliant in its simplicity. You use the AI to help you improve your own prompts. You just ask it questions like, hey, what context am I missing here? Or how could I make this prompt even more specific? You're literally prompting about prompting. It turns the AI into your personal co-pilot, and it pretty much guarantees you're always going to get the best possible result. So, what's the verdict? It's this. Stop guessing. Stop throwing single, lazy sentences at the AI and hoping for the best. The key, the whole secret, is that systematic loop. Task, context, references, evaluate, and iterate. That is how you unlock professional-grade results. It's time to stop guessing and start building your prompts.